Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Sunday's Talking Town flagship podcast. I'm your host, the Gov, a very excitable Gov, following Ipswich Town's 3-0 win away at Peterborough yesterday. We're in spitting distance of promotion, my friends. We are nearly there. Come on, you Super Blues. If you were there yesterday, let us know. Oh, I'm still buzzing. I'm still on the ceiling. I haven't been peeled off it yet, and I'm not going to be until Tuesday night. I'm pretty sure of that. We've got two ways you can get involved this afternoon. The live chat. Many of you already put in all the comments inside there. And then about halfway through the show, about 30 minutes time, I'll drop a link and you can come on your platform to have your say in your own words. Of course, it's a fan platform for fans, by fans. And we are live tomorrow as well, 8:30. Me and Mr. Monday Night George Nunn. So if you don't get on today's show, because I'll limit it to about 3, maybe 4 people, because I'm expecting, I might be wrong, but I'm expecting a lot of you to want to be celebrating and having your say. So if you can't get on today's show, you'll start tomorrow's show with me and Mr. Monday Night, where we'll also look ahead to Barnsley, that game in hand. I've seen a lot of people commenting saying free hit. Not sure on that one. We'll unpack that one as we go, and obviously into tomorrow. Let's get some comments. We've got Gavin Law. We've got 1 foot in the championship. Come on, you Blues. Brendan, afternoon all. Championship so close you can smell it. I certainly can. It's on the horizon, right? We've got Gavin Law saying we're going to party on Saturday. Kev Hanson, the town players have genuine smiles on their faces. Not sure it's been the case in previous seasons, and it's sending everyone into raptures. My voice is all over the place. It ain't going to last a week, is it? I'm going to see Exeter. Rob Holmes, loved the way McKenna said, great result, especially for the fans. We now focus on Tuesday and Barnsley. That's the focus, and it's great to see. I'm running late, trying to persuade the wife to let me go to Barnsley. No, we were just so excited backstage from Ipswich Town. That's what it was. We just lose track of time. Right, here is your league table. We'll start with that before we bring the boys in. Town sitting in second, following that lovely 3-0 win. 91 points. The goal difference really is worth a point in my eyes. So you're 2 points ahead of Wednesday. If you beg me to say that. Plymouth are sitting top, Wednesday and third. Game in hand on Tuesday against Barnsley, who equally will fancy their chances of a win, putting themselves into the contention. Last 2, 6 points up for grabs. Anything goes, anything can happen. All that sort of jazz. So it's going to be a big game, an interesting game. That's your league table following yesterday. Hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget you can support the platform one-off or through a monthly donation. All the information in the chat now and also in our description. Right, let's get the lads in. Here they
Somebody get the tables. Hard truth are here. Delivering the truth that nobody wants to hear. The Cruncher and the Media Mogul.
You all right there?
Hello.
What happened there? I don't know what happened there. Suddenly you came through my my headphones. I don't know how you circumnavigated that, but here we are. We are live. We are across the internet. The man from Del Monte, Cruncher Moss. Tickets are us. Forget toys are us. Tickets are us.
I got you there, didn't I? I got you there yesterday. He was loving it in charters, and then I disappeared to get a drink. And Colin said, "You thought I'd gone to Lincoln? I was so long."
You were. I was like, "Where's he gone for this drink, Lincoln?" Like you were gone for hours, man.
I was absolutely bloody massive. It was a queue to get to the bar, and then it was a queue, Gov, to get out of the bar when you've actually got a drink. Coming back the other way.
How many in there, Rich?
Oh, they were queuing over the bridge, Matt. There's a bridge as you come into Peterborough, and they were queuing over there. And then Colin said when he went home, when he went to get the train to go back, there was more Town fans in there probably than there was before the game. And it's 5 minutes from the ground. Great little bar, perfect weather. The sun was shining. Nathan was in there with a drum, and then his drum got confiscated, and then his drum got back in. The police let it back in. So it was brilliant. It was just a great day. Brilliant day.
I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they took the drum off him. It's almost like there's no trouble. Let's try and invent some. Just let the poor bloke have his drum and bang it as loud as he wants to bang it. And that was great, by the way. That drum you're saying in our stand, that really added to to the afternoon. It's not. I think it's the
The
first
new
time
one?
I've sat in a, yeah. I think it's the first time I've ever sat in a stand with the drum. I'm normally sat obviously in the Cobbold, and he's normally in the
Don't
north.
worry.
Don't worry, it's coming.
Preparing you for next season.
I think I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it. We're going to
It's right here. You'll be definite by the end of the season. You won't be able to
We'll
hear
be
about it.
shaking the Cobbold foundations.
Right? I said to you guys after the derby, when you come out of that ground and it's like you've been in, you used to go to a nightclub, Matt, and the music and you like the ringing in your ears. And when you come out of that away and yesterday, it's similar to that,
Yeah, like it.
Because it was intense all game. The noise, it was brilliant.
It was. I didn't walk to the car, Matt. I flew. I literally was on a crest of a wave. It was so good. So
Imagine
good.
This is what you're like after a 3-0 away win at Peterborough, on the cusp of promotion to the Championship. Imagine what you'd be like on the cusp of promotion to the Premier League.
Hey, listen, right? In 20 years' time, when we're the Man City of English football,
Yeah.
I'll be able to say to my son, I was there on the one and only time we beat Posh in a league fixture. All right, there you go.
Yes.
Claim to fame. As they say. I mean, but it was a good afternoon. Those are the best away days when you go and you win and the sun shines, you get a bit of a suntan, and you just enjoy life. You know,
Nice.
just what a time. You hug people you've never even met before, won't see again. Probably have called me a lemon on Twitter, but we'll hug it out because we're in 3-0. It's all
And
good.
you don't even like people mostly.
I know. And my voice is still in Peterborough.
I haven't seen the Don yesterday with Neil Moles, Matt.
Oh yeah, Neil Moles. Neil Moles turned up, did he? He was there.
They missed about 3 trains, Neil was telling me.
He was. He did. Classic Neil and Rob. But that's when it's a big game. When when Neil turns up. When Neil is there, it's massive.
Yeah. Is he going Saturday?
It really is. Oh, I don't know. Probably not. It's a home game. Probably got, different things tied up. Listen, the chat is going mad and I absolutely love that. Tom James saw Tom yesterday in the bar as well. Great to see him. What a day. Well done, everyone. Tom's like Rich, Matt, in many ways because they both have a real soft spot for Posh. It's both their local teams. So it's a real sort of split allegiance day for them yesterday, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Local sides.
Utter bullshit again.
Mate, you live 10 minutes down the road. It's like getting to Felixstowe from Ipswich. I drove past your place thinking, crumbs, that's close, isn't it?
Brilliant.
It really is quite close. It was actually easier leaving Peterborough, a city, than it was leaving Portman Road after a game.
Better road network.
Small crowd, isn't it? It's a small crowd.
But they shut the roads. How about they do that round Ipswich for 20 minutes? Let's do that. Let's just clear the traffic out and get them gone. Good idea. I love that. Proactive thinking, not round Ipswich. No, stick planters in the middle of the road.
Low traffic neighbourhood. And very prompt policing at London Road as well. Big shout out to them.
Very prompt. Yeah, let's start with the opening goal. Wednesday had just scored, and the bloke next to me was telling me Wednesday have just scored, and I literally just said to him, well, let's handle our own business before we worry about Wednesday. And then Wes Burns pops up. And I guess I want to play it, felt Rich, being there.
Exeter. Was it Exeter who went one up?
Somebody went one up. Somebody.
Yeah, or Plymouth. Maybe Plymouth.
It's Plymouth who just scored, actually.
Plymouth.
That's it. Plymouth.
It's interesting, like you said that, because the guy behind me said, don't worry, we'll score. We're scoring. And literally 10 seconds later, there it is. Look, from our point of view, Kieran said we've been working on throw-ins, guys, but from Peterborough's point of view, that is a shit goal to give away. And it's literally one throw-in into the box and someone, I don't know who's supposed to be marking Broadhead. I still think it's a bit of a chocolate wrist from Will Norris, if I'm honest, Gov.
It hits him on the chest, doesn't it?
Sort of tried
on the chest.
But still, Matt, it was still a good finish from Wes because that ball's going to be spinning off the keeper and he's slotted it in. And then we all know what happened with the moron in the fucking home stand. You see him come running down. I mean, I've been to a lot of football matches and I've been annoyed a lot of times about players scoring and they celebrate in front of you, but no time has it gone through my head, I'm going to gob at him. I mean, what sort of moron is it? And it was really good. Peterborough, they dealt with it quickly. He got arrested. They put a tweet out and fair play to them. It's one person, trying to spoil, just an idiot.
IQ their shoe size. Yeah, I don't get it. But yeah, it was a great. Let's go back to the positives. Talking of the goal, great throw from Leaf. What's his name? Hurst with the knockdown, and again Broadhead, Johnny on the spot. Was it first time shot? I'm sure it hits Norris in the chest, and like you say, spins out.
It did, but it was a really fierce shot from Broadhead. You know,
really got some power into it.
To give Norris, and keepers these days seemingly are taught to do what Norris did. You know, you see them before the warm-ups, you see them during the games, and you see it around the country. It's too wide of an issue for it to be it's down to individual goalkeepers. They are seemingly taught these days to palm it out, to punch it out, obviously away from danger. And to be fair to Norris, he's kind of done that. You know, he saved the shot, and Burns is in the right place at the right time with the composure.
There he is again. Big game Burns, you know.
Big game Burns.
Well, a lot of people said when we went on this run, you know, these guys, it's going to be defined when you go to Bolton. Wes sets up George Hurst goal on the break. Then we go to Derby. He plays a massive part in that with the head down to Chaplin. And he plays a big part, doesn't he, Matt, in the second goal when he raced away from old Cashin with his handbrake on. You know, he's
still running.
Still running. And then yesterday, you know, he scored a goal. He's got another assist with the one for Ladapo. So listen, Wes has been turning up in the big games, and a lot of people wanted him dropped. They did. They won't probably admit it now, but there was a lot of people saying, "No, he's out of form." Bringing Caden Jackson. No,
I did. I said it for a game or two. I said I'd like to see what Jackson can do. My biggest issue with Burns.
Jackson's all right to come on, and he done well in them cup games. And this is, I think, if we're looking ahead to next season, this is where we need to improve. We're going to need to add to the team, but we're going to need to add squad depth for me, because we've got some good players who can come off the bench, Gov, in this league. But I think when you're stepping up a level, you need people who are. Yeah, I honestly think we need to improve the squad.
Yeah, but don't you do that by buying better than what you've got? So let's take Wes Burns for example. My biggest issue with Wes is his crossing. He's a 1 in 2, 3 out of 10 crosser of the ball, where 2 and 3 will be really.
If you look at leading assists in the league, Barry Bannon 12, Leif Davis 12, Wes Burns 11.
Exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. So, that's the proof in the pudding. That's the stats that back up or don't back up the eyesight test map. But when you look at squad depth, are you looking to buy better than what you've got? Surely, I mean, you want to buy a better Wes Burns, then Wes is the player off the bench. Not that I'm saying that's what will happen, but is that how you want to build your squad? If you're in the Championship?
I'm just thinking of Davis there. His assists have mostly been from set pieces, haven't they? From the corners. Whereupon Wes has actually been in real time in open play. But yeah, I mean, look, who are going to be replacing? So you're right about the squad depth, but now you're shopping in a different pool of talent, aren't you? Because you're going to be replacing Akio, you're going to be replacing Aluko, most likely going to be replacing Harness, I would have thought, and maybe some others I can't think off the top of my head. But then you're looking at who can make an impact in the Championship, like you say, Rich. I mean, you've got good squad depth here at League One. Although we did say on the show yesterday, I know Rich Chandler said this a few times. He thinks we would do all right in the Championship now. Here's a quick poll for everyone. Would we beat Norwich now if we were to play them tomorrow or whatever? But yeah, absolutely. That's going to be really key, isn't it? Because you've got, if the injuries come through, it's another 40-game season. You're in the Championship.
I think sometimes we look at things with the old rose-tinted glasses. Oh, yeah, this team I've seen. Oh, yeah, they could. I've seen people say they could be in the top 6. They wouldn't. I know we're a good side, but the step-up's massive. It is huge, and you don't have to spend money. We've got money to spend, which we're lucky,
Sunderland have done all right. Rotherham are going to stay up.
But you look at Sunderland. I don't know what they did. It was 1-1 when I last was looking. They're pushing for the playoffs. So it is possible. But then you look at, you were saying the other day, Gov, the lad they've got on loan, I think Sunderland's it, Diallo from Man United.
He looked good,
quality player. And that's the type of player that you need when you go to the Championship. You might have to go to the loan market Kieran could tap into that at United. He hasn't done so far, Matt. He might next season.
Good point.
There you go, 2-1 Sunderland. Great result for them.
Poor old Chris at West Brom.
He's going to be fuming. He texted me earlier.
Oh dear.
I said we might get you on the show a bit more next season in the Championship, Chris. Guys, all will be in the Premier League, you see.
Oh well, you're not going to be there now. What was interesting, obviously, I put on BBC Radio Cambridge yesterday after the game because I couldn't get any other radio station, and they had Ferguson on, and he was talking about the lack of a right back and how he wouldn't have played Ward at right back and probably won't play in there the rest of the season. So they're going to go to a 3. They were sort of summarising, but the interesting point was, from a Town perspective, he didn't want to go or play Ward at right back, and he played a 3 because of the threat of Ipswich Town's left, Leif Davis, Nathan Broadhead to be particular. And 2 of the 3 goals comes down that left side from throw-ins originally,
Yeah.
And he was obviously right to. But it's good to hear opposing managers publicly saying on their own radio stations, we've kind of had to change because the threat that Town possess. It's been a long time since I heard those words, gentlemen. That Town possess a threat, and we have to change our way of doing this.
I told you Friday, Matt. I told you they were pony. They were everything I see, and he said it he's in the official interview on their I think it's Posh Plus. That's their TV channel. He said basically when they played Derby, when they played Town, the players couldn't handle it because it's a big occasion. I said on Friday, it's going to be hot atmosphere. That was everything I see when I went to the Derby game. In the first half, I said to you when I spoke to you at half time, they hardly got out of their half in the first half. They looked like scared rabbits a little bit in the headlights, And yesterday, I think that was for a lot of that game, guys. It was a League One team against a Championship team. We were that much in control.
Well, it's looked like that since we've started playing this more quicker passing game, counter-attacking game. It's brought out the best in all the players, isn't it? But yeah, again, a team that's was sitting fifth or sixth in the table, and it looked ordinary. And they've still got aspirations for promotion. They couldn't get near us, could they?
No, their best player, two of them, but they got two really good players: Jack Taylor, Johnson Clark-Harris. Jack Taylor would still look good in Town colours. I saw enough of him yesterday to think
a good shot.
He'd look decent in a Town shirt.
But where does he fit in then? If you're going to give another contract to Massimo, right? Because Molesy's a staple.
But the thing is, you have to be looking to the future. I'm not saying next season with Morsey and Luongo.
Yeah,
they're going to get in the wrong side of 30, right?
Yeah, true.
So you do need to look to the future. And someone like a Jack Taylor, I still think Kamara. I know Gov says he won't play again. I still think Kamara's got a good future at Town. So Morsey and Luongo, I do agree with Gov, best midfield partnership in this league. But you have to plan for the future. And if a Jack Taylor was available in the summer, he's a good player and he'd play with better players, Martin.
Yeah.
It's interesting, Matt, when you look at the stats yesterday, they had 54% possession.
Was this an error?
453 passes they had to 371 of Town. So they've had a lot more of the ball, but we're more ruthless now. We're clinical. We got that goal in the first half, and then second half, they had a little bit of pressure, but it plays into our hands a little bit because they've had to open up a little bit. They've obviously made that sub, and they go at half time when they've had to take Norban off because any other, he should have been sent off anyway. We'll probably touch on that.
Yeah.
Ref.
Great.
But they've had to make that change because he knows another yellow and he's going to be off the pitch. And then they come onto us a little bit. And listen, it opens up, and Town have got the players now who can hurt people because you look at Broadhead in that game yesterday, he was pretty quiet, wasn't he, Gov? He didn't do a lot, but then he has a massive influence on 2 goals. He has the shot. Yeah. And then it's just a wonderful through ball for Chaplin's second goal.
It's going to be interesting to see on Tuesday if Barnsley have the same approach because, they've still got something to play for and want to win the game. But it's like if Joshua's getting in the ring with Deontay Wilder, the biggest knockout artist ever seen. If you're going to trade punches with him, you're probably going to get knocked out. And you saw that at Peterborough yesterday. That's why they changed their formation up. I'd just be wondering if Barnsley are going to do the same because I think if they go toe-to-toe with us...
They've won 9 on the trot home. I can't see them changing how they play. They play high energy, high intensity.
Yeah, so I'm thinking.
I think it's going to be a great game. I think this will be the hardest away game out of Derby, Bolton, Peterborough. Barnsley are a better team than them 3 teams. And I think it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great atmosphere.
I don't think if you look at their squad, they haven't got any players that I think I would probably take at Town. I quite like Cadden in summer, but he's not playing anyway. But I think what they've got, what they can match us with is heart and energy. I think they'll bring that. I don't think they've got the same talent level, but the heart and the energy has got them thus far.
The timing of this away day, and obviously we'll cover it more tomorrow, might lend into a few changes, because it's right in it's the back end of a high intensity game against Posh. You got the Tuesday.
What Town changes?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he will or if he won't.
No way. It plays the same 11, Martin. Now you just play the same 11. If everybody's fit to go, they're not going to train. They ain't going to train between now and Tuesday. They'll be well rested up. He won't make any changes. There's no
because obviously Massimo went off yesterday a bit earlier than he normally does.
Yeah,
but I'm saying that without actually knowing the minute because I couldn't see the clock from where I was. It felt earlier than he normally does.
Let's have a look.
Massimo Luongo has been a revelation at Town, and the old saying about N'Golo Kante, 72% of the earth is covered 75.
By water. Yeah,
the rest is covered.
About the same.
Yeah, Do you know that old saying about N'Golo Kante? 70% of the earth covered by water, the rest is covered by N'Golo Kante. Well, remove Kante's there and put Massimo Luongo in there because just yesterday, immense again. He's everywhere, and he's an older version of Jack Taylor. You could see that. That's what he said about getting younger, but just immense again yesterday. How was it on the TV, Matt? Because from the perspective of being live, it's immense.
He just covers ground. He just appears in shot out of nowhere. And he looks quite similar to me to Morsey. And even Glenn Wheeler got him muddled up a couple of times. The amount of ground he was covering yesterday. I mean, look, I think it was either Rich or George on the show last night. And I was saying, look, do you remember when we came and said, what we got him in for? He's coming with no momentum. He's literally hit the ground running, and he stayed injury free, Rich, hasn't he? Like what we saw of him in that cameo against Barnsley. And ever since that MK Dons game where we 1-0, and he's kind of played every game since, hasn't he? Just been absolutely fantastic. Fair play to Ashton and McKenna and the rest of the team for getting him in, because we had doubts.
Well, we thought it was a little bit like, he knew obviously Carrick. He had the link there. Yeah. He had him when he was Kieran was at Spurs, when he knew him obviously as a youngster. I thought it was probably, but listen, he's probably been. It's hard to say who's been the best signing out of the four.
Oh, Broadhead. You can't even pretend.
But I think Luongo's made a massive difference, and he's
in that midfield.
Dovetailed wonderfully with Morsey in the middle, hasn't he, really?
He has. A bit of luck, though, gentlemen, that Town haven't had in previous years. Look at Johnny Williams. I mean, loan spells he had where you thought, if we could just keep him fit, we've got a really good player here. We've seen it so many times. Player A arrives with injury record, or if Town can keep him fit, they've got a good player on their hands. Player A doesn't stay fit, can't beat the injury bug. Massimo's done that this time. The bit of luck you need to help you on the way of a football journey, and we had a bit of luck yesterday in front of goal as well. Christian Walton. Matt could easily claim the man of the match award. The corner save, particularly live, I thought was a world-class save. Looking back,
I thought it was in.
Yeah. Point blank, reaction save, keeps it at 1-0. And then you've got Jonson Clark-Harris, who has made a career out of bending those balls into the bottom corner, gets down well to it, sees it. Again, luck. You're getting all the right dominoes falling into the right places at the right time. It's all suddenly looking like it's going to be our time.
It does feel like that, doesn't it? Oh, you guys weren't so impressive, Clark-Harris, were you yesterday? I mean, look, as Colin said to me on the phone this morning, he's not really pulled up any trees in the 2 games against us, but he's still got 25 goals. I think he's got something like 67 goals, Rich, in the last 3 seasons, over 130 appearances. Look, 28. I'd still be looking at him, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think he's not mobile enough for McKenna. He's not a mobile striker.
He does look like it. He does look like he's carrying a bit of weight to me. I don't really actually see him.
It's not weight; it's muscle. He's a strong boy. Strong boy. Yeah, and at this level, he bullies centre halves into hiding.
Do you think he stays? Are you thinking he stays in League One then? Because Peterborough are going to stay down, right? Does he stay there? Someone will take a punt on him in the Championship, I'm sure. 20 of those goals have been open play this season. I looked it up. 5 pens he's got.
I wouldn't cry if we signed him. Don't get me wrong. No. I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be going, we signed him
squad depth here, aren't we? And you're giving him a ticket back into the Championship, where he did get double figures last season in a team called relegated. It's
interesting because you mentioned Clark-Harris, and obviously Richie were there. First 15, 20 minutes, I was really concerned because he was starting to bully the 2 centre halves and really pushing the back, needle here, referee's not letting it go.
What were you watching? I didn't think
he got any
game at all. The only time he had was the chance around the box before half time. Other than that, I didn't even know he was playing.
I'm talking 50-50s here. I'm talking 50-50s.
Wolfie got home last night. He's taking off his trickie. Out comes the phone. Out comes the wallet. Out come the keys. Oh, hello, Clark-Harris. There you go.
Certainly after that first 15 minutes, I would certainly agree with you. For the first 15, I was thinking it could go either way because obviously Wolfie's got this. We've often said, is he a physical centre half? Can he handle the physicality? Can he do the physicality? And yesterday, he certainly rose to that occasion. But he's spent a career bullying centre halves. That's what you can see, Jonson Clark.
Them 2 centre halves, guys. I don't know what you think. Burgess and Wolfie, they've really gone under the radar for me, Matt, and they don't get 100%. The praise that they deserve because it's obviously look, your attackers, Chaplin, your Broadheads, your Burns, they're doing all the stuff. Yeah, scoring the goals, getting the assists. They're doing the dirty work every single week. And look at the clean sheet record we've had.
Yeah.
I think they've been absolutely immense. And Burgess, listen, he surprised me because you'd wrote him off, and he did.
I had
a couple of times there. I think it was Wickham away. There was the Oxford goal where it's
cost us points, 100%.
you get someone who's nippy and can move him like in tight areas. But look, would he be a championship defender for me? He'd be in my squad. He wouldn't be. I don't think he's good enough on the ball against better players, and that might be sounding a bit harsh. But I'm going to be ruthless when we get promoted. You know, look, fair play if you're going to be part of a promotion team. We said before, not everyone goes on the journey. You know, certain people you have to say, well done. Look, you've helped us, but you can't come with us. I think he'd be part of the squad. Would he be in my starting 11? Probably not, because you're going to come up against players in the Championship who've played in the Premier League match, strikers who cost a lot of money, and clever players.
He made one mistake yesterday, Burgess. That was their corner, the Wharton save. It was his man that ultimately ended up with opportunities to score.
Not back from Ken.
Yeah.
Back to, what's his name? Mason Clark, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that was, if you look at back, that was Burgess's man. Morsey obviously starts the inquiry afterwards with what's going on here, which I'd love to see from the captain, really demanding, you know, we don't drop off. But you're right, I guess. On the ball, I still would go in for him and cash in. I'd still offer cash, because I think I would never hold Wes Burns burning somebody for pace against a player, because Wes Burns is lightning quick. Like, not everyone's got Wes Burns' pace. We saw that with Mark McGuinness, who's, by the way, in the Championship right now. Wes Burns, you know, almost bought his career move here from burning Mark McGuinness.
Chased his own through ball that day, didn't he?
Yeah. And scored, didn't he, from it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that last day of the season. Yeah, absolutely. It does feel like that left side of the defence is a position that's going to be up for grabs. You've got Baggett coming back, of course. So I would imagine, he'll probably go back.
Where is he on loan now? Cheltenham?
Cheltenham, yeah.
Can't get a game. Played once. He will be nowhere near the first team at Town. Matt, we're going to the Championship here. We have to be ruthless. You know, he might be one of our own, and he's a good kid and that. He's a mile off being anywhere near our first team. And Darber, another one.
Yeah.
They'll be going. They'll probably. And Darber will probably. I think they'll probably sell him. Whereas Baggett, I'd loan him out. He needs the season in League One playing.
Yes.
Week in, week out.
Go down the Orient. They're coming up.
There you go.
Get down there. Cameron Humphreys did so on the comms yesterday.
Out.
Mini Matt Holland. I'm not calling him now. Mini Matt.
That's why we've got to get out, Matt. I can't be facing Aaron Drilling twice next year. I'll be losing my mind, losing my absolute mind.
Going back to Burgess, I give him full credit. I've said before, you know, for me, I didn't think he was good enough. Certainly in the winter games, didn't think he was good enough. But you know, he's come back from that really bad injury, played with the mask. I really admire that. I think that's amazing. Whether it comes on the journey, I don't know. That's a decision for McKenna to take. But he's looked much better in this run of games, as has everybody actually.
I think he'll come on the journey. I just don't think he'll be a main player in the journey. You know, if the higher you go, and you're going to have players that are with you for the whole journey. You know, look at every team that's come from League One to the Premier League. They've had their Chris Bashams, if you like. You know, the players that have been there from day dot. I'm not saying he won't be, not saying he will be, but there will be some players that will and some players that you'll lose along the way.
I agree with Dominic Dean there. I think we need a quicker centre back. I think we need a bit of pace in there.
I don't know if you do though with your two fullbacks. They're not slow, are they? Then I mean, and Wolfie's not slow either.
Leif Davis earlier in the season, there was a few games, Matt, when he was at that far post, you know, and a few goals. His defending's improved.
Yeah, he didn't look great, Shakes. He didn't cover himself in glory when he gave that penalty away against Bolton, did he?
Yeah.
In his debut. But yeah, he's come on. He's come on leaps and bounds. It's going to be a really interesting summer again, isn't it, for us?
It is. Let's get there first. But Ben Moore says about Matt Clark. Now, obviously, the Town Matt Clark, he was ever blessed with great pace. Like you would never watch him and said, "Oh, you know, he's got pace." So it's more about how you read the game, and these days, how you certainly use the ball at your feet. I'm going to drop the link right now. Talk about centre halves. I said to you guys in the WhatsApp last night that Frankie Kent, when he gets into bed, he'll put his pajamas on. And he will lay himself down, and suddenly his eyes will go really wide, and he has to check under his
pajamas. Frankie Kent,
whatever he may wear, silk pajamas. We'll put him in. He'll look under his bed for George Hurst, because George Hurst bullied Frankie Kent.
We had a word with him yesterday, Matt. George Hurst and Colin was saying, "Oh, your dad was a good player." Do you remember David Hurst?
I do. Yeah, very good.
Good player, wasn't he? Wednesday.
For Wednesday legend. I think that's why they keep booing him. Because he turned his back on the club, didn't he?
George is not bad, gentlemen. Yeah. Again, yesterday, everywhere, run himself in the grey. He starts the game 6'5", ends it 5'9". He does. He
He
runs
does.
himself
Yeah.
literally into the ground.
There was one moment, I don't know if you picked it up in the stadium where we'd lost the ball or something, and he actually runs all the way from like their box back into our half chasing. And as much as I like Ladapo, I don't think he would give you that kind of energy. His energy is in the final third, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think all over the pitch. I'd love to see our running stats. I really would.
Yeah, on those vests.
We pressed them to death yesterday, Martin, and they weren't comfortable playing out from the back. You know,
no.
It sort of played into our hands. But Hurst, look, I was impressed when we signed him. I know you were a little bit of a doubter, but did I think he'd be as good as he's? Well, I was hoping he would, but he's been top class, and that's another interesting one in the summer. What happens to him? Do we try and make that a permanent signing?
Yeah, we covered that in the full-time show yesterday. George was saying maybe 2.5 mil. I think he actually made a good point, George. Have we actually got a deal in place to sign him if the loan was successful? Look, Ashton keeps his cards close to his chest, doesn't he? So potentially. But I think if Broadhead's about $1.5 million, going to 2 most likely if we get promoted, you'd have to think Hurst is in the same ballpark, I would have thought.
The interesting one is Ladapo. What is he somebody that is you're bringing along for the championship journey if you get there or not? Because I think Hurst, certainly I'd sign him if Leicester want to sell him or are able to sell him. But then you're still looking for a second striker in his mould. I'm liking how I am enjoying the George Hurst will rough up the centre halves and then they'll see him go off. They'll take a big deep breath and think, oh, thank fuck for that. And then Ladapo will run them into the channels and make them go places they don't want to go at that point of the game, having been beaten for 70 minutes. I'm liking that, but I just think the second striker of George Hurst's ilk, who fits the system, who is the McKenna style of centre forward, is probably what we actually need. I don't know about you two.
I think if you think about it, right? So we're going to play these tactics going up, and as you said before, Martin, like if you've got one striker that you've put all cards on, but you need some periphery players around him, they might not be so keen. They might look at other options when you're so set on having that one striker. And the fact that Ladapo's in the building and still presumably under contract means he'll probably come on the journey, I think. I mean, do you remember, Rich, we were saying like he don't look good from the bench, and ever since Hurst has come in, I mean, just like the goal yesterday was effortless compared to the performance against Port Vale, which was more huff and puff, weren't it?
Yeah, look, he went past 20 goals. And we were saying earlier, we need this 20-goal season striker. We've got 2. Right. Chaplin's not even a striker, he's got 26 now.
Yeah.
But Freddie's had a really good season. I was saying on Friday, Matt, if we said start the season, you get 15, 16 goals, I think we'd have bitten their hands off, And he's a bit of an enigma, Ladapo, I think sometimes. Sometimes you think, come on, put a little bit more effort in. I don't want to bemoan someone's effort because they're all trying. I'm not saying they're not, but there's a few of them games.
Effort,
there's a few of them games early season though when he's come on and you're thinking, bloody hell.
I'm not sure if it's effort or just particularly when you see him next to Hurst, just a different style of.
Sometimes it's hard to get into a game. It depends what stage the game's at, Gov. When he's coming on like yesterday and he's coming on against Charlton. The sun's shining, we're winning easily. The crowd, it's a bit easier then, I think, sometimes when you're stepping off the bench. But I think he did struggle the other night against Port Vale. But then
everyone did in that first half.
Yeah, I think as a team we did because they made it difficult for us.
Yeah, fair play to them.
I think I agree with you. Freddie will be here next season. He'll be part of the squad. What did he get? 10? I think he got 10 goals last season for a struggling Rotherham team in the Championship. So. He's proved he can score goals, and he's scored. If you look through his goals, like you were saying, I think on Friday night, he's got some really good finishes in there. This
guy on the screen, everyone, is one of Rich's BBC Suffolk cohorts in the phone. Frank from Holland.
Frank from Holland.
I think
we finally found him. We finally found Frank from Holland.
We want you hitting the link today, my friend. We want to put a face to the voice.
We want him on. Hit that link.
Hit the link, Frank. You just need a webcam and a mic.
We'll even put you up the charts, maybe, and get you first on. Like Gov looking for that away ticket. I had a few people probably had a Gov, but because I like you, I'll give you a ticket.
Shout out, Frank. Love it.
Good man. I think Being Frank says, I think Ladapo's nice name, by the way, being in Frank Rich's town, like that. I think Ladapo is much more of an impact player, so he's better come on for the last 20 minutes when defenders are beginning.
Is this the Frank? Does Matt know this for certain that he's Frank from Holland?
Yes, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is.
It is. Yeah.
You soon know if he comes on and when you hear his voice.
I mean, he is watching this, gentleman. You know, so it's like talking
By
about
the
someone
way-
in the room, isn't it?
By the way, anyone listening tomorrow morning between 7 and 7:30
You're
to
on.
Luke Deal on Radio Suffolk, I will be joining him.
I'll be in bed. Sorry. Carl
I'll
Brooks,
be
Ladapo.
Don't worry, I'll be plugging the pod. Don't worry.
Good man. Ladapo doesn't have Hurst's work rate. He doesn't bring the others into play as well. I've got 4 waiting. I'm going to put 3 on. If Frank comes on, he will go on first.
Go on, Frank.
Go on, Frank. Go on, son.
Hit that.
Anything else you want to talk about before I bring on the fans to have their say? Don't forget, we have got tomorrow evening show as well. 8:30 kickoff. Me and George Nunn. You are more than welcome on there, Frank, or whoever. So anything else? Referee. Let's mention him before we.
Now,
My
you were
best
texting
mate.
everyone. You were texting everyone at half time yesterday. Harry.
I was fuming.
You
I
were
text my
texting
whole
me,
WhatsApp
you
list.
texted
My
George.
whole list. I was angry as anything. So angry.
Yeah.
I mean, he's supposed to be a championship ref, and I thought he was the worst referee I've seen all season, Rich. I thought he was woeful.
He was, especially the first half, he was terrible, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He should have sent Norwood off. Norban off. Wally
He's
Norban.
probably one of them, Matt, where if he hadn't have been booked, he probably would have booked him.
Yeah. It was studs through on the challenge, wasn't it?
And then second half, why did he book Chaplin for?
No, I don't know.
I couldn't work that out either. I was in absolute.
The one that got me in the first half was when Christian Walton takes a goal kick and literally passes it to Wolfen, and it may be like a centimetre. This is what pisses me off. There was one in that second half down our end. I think it was a foul on Norris.
Yeah.
And then he takes the free kick, Gov, about 10 yards forward, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you're saying to Walton, you've taken that goal kick, it's not quite on that line, take it again. Well, hang on. Make him take the free kick in the right position. You know, just be consistent. He was consistent, but consistently shit.
Correct. And he let all the niggly arms in the back. He let all the ones go that Posh were doing. When Town did it, it was soon blown up for a free kick. That's what it felt like.
Right? Is this what to expect next year?
There's not going to be any raising the level of refereeing. No. We don't think that we go to the championship, the refereeing suddenly becomes better, because there was a stage in that first half, Matt, Gov, when I know you would call it cheating, but it literally seemed as though he wasn't going to give Town anything.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. No, I wasn't sure if he knew he was allowed to.
The penalty. I don't know if like people in the chat have seen if you've seen the foul on George Hurst. You've seen the foul on George Hurst. And you've only got to see Kieran's demeanour on the touchline. And he says in his post, he said in his post-match, you know, it's he couldn't believe it wasn't given. And he said it was probably because it's at the home end in front of their fans. Anywhere else on that pitch, Matt, he gives a free kick. And I don't even know if the defender actually touches it to go out for a corner.
No, he's
done the easy thing and he's given a corner instead of giving a penalty. It has to be a penalty.
And he's also spoken to Christian Walton at 1-0 up about time wasting. He's only putting the ball in the right. Literally, he had the ball for 3 seconds. It felt
he came over and had a little word with him, didn't he? It's like, piss off, go and fuck off over there.
We've seen Port Vale's keeper take 3 minutes to get the ball and put the ball down. Walton's got 4 seconds, it seems like, at 1-0 up. Like, come on.
You're against the clock. Starting now.
Don't get me wrong, we did time waste. And I loved it again yesterday when 2 players at the same time decided to hit the deck and have a...
Polax. Oh, Jesus, you're all right, lads. Oh, yeah, you're fine. Just have a little rest down there.
What an afternoon.
Over there on the side.
Yeah.
Football. You can't beat it when you win. Right, let's bring in Mr. Phil Blundell. Phil, how you doing, my man?
Good, thanks. I feel a bit guilty coming on here because I didn't watch the game yesterday, but
well, that's all right.
I do apologise. I do apologise. So I am sorry about that.
You were at Fixed Walton.
Yes, I was.
Missing out, right?
Yes, they lost 1-0 to. It was a first half goal. Through on the goalkeeper, 1-on-1, and they just slotted it into the back of the net. And, Felixstowe came on strong second half, and they had 3 or 4 really good chances. They had the ball in the back of the net, but it was disallowed for offside. And it was very close because it was actually level with the assistant when he put his flag up.
I was going to say, were you not refereeing? Because obviously the referee was caught in traffic, wasn't he? Did you not put yourself forward to do it?
It's been 13 years since I've last refereed a game, and I saw somebody in the comments say that I actually found out.
Going traffic into Felixstowe. What?
There was the old bridge was closed, wasn't it, by police or something?
Oh, what a surprise!
Yeah.
No surprise. All right, Phil, what's your point about football, my man? Ipswich Town 3-0 winners, second in the championship. EIEIEIO.
Yeah, I predicted it. I knew we would go there and win.
You did. You did. You've been pretty consistent all the way through, to be fair. So, what's your Barge prediction then, Phil? Come on.
We're gonna go there and win. It's gonna be a tight game. We're gonna win it 3-2.
3-2.
We're gonna score. We're scoring the last 10 minutes to win it.
Man.
I can't be doing
And
that, Phil.
our away end's gonna go absolutely apeshit.
You know, they'll go absolutely bonkers. 5,000 of us. Bloody hell.
I wish I was going.
Would you remain unchanged, Phil?
Yes, remain unchanged.
Okay. I will get 4 people on then, obviously, because you didn't watch the game. So
I'll be quick. I'm saying there's 3 or 4 things I wanted to mention.
Go for it. Over to you.
Calvin Ward, Premier League referee, wannabe. What more can I say? Norburn should have been. I'm gonna say he was taken off half time by Ferguson because he knew he was going to get his marching orders in the second half. I listened to the whole of the game on the radio, and it sounded. I would say they were saying on the iFollow that it was a bad one. They were a bit puzzled as to why it was only a yellow card, and they were saying the referee really should have sent him off because it looked bad because he caught him on his shin. I think he got him on his shin, and
we've had players off that before, haven't we? I remember in Ciala at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday.
Giselle at Sunderland, Matt.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm gonna say everyone kind of. I wasn't bothered about the Peterborough game. I'm more concerned about the Barnsley game, obviously, because they've won 14 of the last 15 at home in the league, I think. So it's gonna be tough. I just hope Norwood's not going to have his last laugh before the end of the season.
Forget him.
I can see right here, right now that come Saturday, 5 o'clock, we'll be celebrating.
Love it.
I think I'm gonna say you just look and just. I would say the confidence right now flowing through that Ipswich team and the amount of goals that we're scoring, especially away from home too. We're a team to be feared. We are definitely the team to be feared in this league.
Certainly.
2 goals in the last, 14 games?
14, 15 games, yeah. And we've scored. We've now got 91 points, right? We've now scored 90 goals in the league.
Yeah.
100 points, 100 goals, perhaps.
Finally, after 4 years.
Yeah. The dream. Look at this man.
Phil,
the dream, that is. Yeah, that is the dream.
Can we find that clip?
We'll have to try and dig it out. Phil, appreciate you coming on.
Also, just one more thing. Just one quick.
Cool.
Right. I think you're probably both aware that Exeter didn't have a recognised fit striker in their 18 yesterday. I heard that. And they played a right back up front, and they still managed to score.
Yeah. 7 players out, didn't they? I see.
Yeah.
Will that be the case next week?
I hope so. I'll go with the 5-0 right now. 5-0 next Saturday.
Wow.
Lump on.
All right,
we're scoring goals, so we can't stop scoring goals.
There you go. Hang on. 3-2 against Barnsley. That's 93 goals.
5 goals against Exeter.
98, and then we'll get a couple of Fleet Video last.
Yes. Yes.
Love it. Phil, I do love you. Hopefully come on tomorrow's show. Discuss Barnsley with me in more detail. I want to know about a 3-2. Look after yourself.
Already. 4-0.
4-0. I know. Unbelievable.
Who's
Got a comment here from Newcastle. Newcastle 4, Spurs 0. Although Arsenal were trying to do Spursy things, weren't they, on Friday night? George, being autistic, I can't help but the tears. Just so emotional. Next Saturday could be something so special. You want me to read that out in the chat. Yesterday was an emotional day for me. I don't often get emotional, but today would have been my dad's 76th birthday. And every goal, every chant, I was fighting back the tears. It was an emotional afternoon for me. And next Saturday, we all could be blubbing if we do our jobs on Tuesday.
Be a blub fest.
You will see me cry. You will see me cry next Saturday. I won't be able to hold it back then. I won't. I really won't.
Are we all gonna have beers at this time next week? Next Sunday?
You'll be delayed doing your post-match show, won't you? Because all the celebrations.
Well, yes, yeah.
You will not be leaving your seat 5 minutes early next Saturday, my friend.
I won't be. No. Is it if we do get the result on Tuesday? I do hope we make something of the day, like an inflatable day or something like that. Make it a fun party. Make Saturday the party game where Town are.
No, we'll keep you on the lowdown.
No.
Because it could backfire on you.
We only get this one chance. Well, I'm going to get this chance once in my lifetime to be League One.
Can't get complacent.
promoted.
I don't think McKenna will allow it. Can't get complacent.
Well, I don't want the players coming out wearing pink flamingos, gentlemen. Like, I'm not asking them to have the inflatables.
Big banana. Chaplin.
You know, one of those flamingo inflatables round the middle. You know, out comes Chaplin. You know, pink glasses as well. You know, sangria in the hand. Like, no, they've got to take it seriously. But can we have a bit of party?
I mean, come on, 3 the Ipswich 9. Come on, the Geordies.
This is only the first half.
This is 21 minutes in.
My God. Hold on, everyone.
There we
Let's
go.
go.
Right. Oh, somebody else that was there yesterday, Lee Anderson.
Hi, guys.
Oh, the last time I see him, he was posing for selfies with all the players, Matt.
Only a couple.
Only,
Yeah, I had 2 pictures yesterday, funnily, with 2 players that people were saying that we didn't have. And they were 2 20th season goal strikers.
Hey.
Freddie Ladapo and Connor Chaplin. I have a picture
Love
with
it.
yesterday. But, well,
He was
that's
only
when
having
I
a
get
picture
in
with
front of
Connor
your boy,
Chaplin
mate.
because he wanted to look tall, by the way.
I tell you what, I had more chins in a Chinese phone book. That was just very disgraceful. I've gone a bit of a diet. But I tell you what, loving all the optimism. I mean, it is fantastic. But I'm still going to have to be just a bit level-headed of some of this, you know, because well, enjoy it all, but it's not there yet. It's not quite. I'll give you a quick story. Right back in the day, you remember when I played football many years ago, when Norwich got to the FA Cup semi-final against Sunderland, right? Most of the team I played with, half Norwich, half Ipswich, which is just how it is around my way, right? When they got the when they got the draw, they booked their transport and everything for the final, and they got fucking beat, didn't they, by Sunderland in the who were in the second division, the old second division. Just enjoy it all. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a bloody bar humbug.
It's all in our hands, isn't it?
It is in our hands. It is.
We're not relying on other results.
And Barnsley's almost a free hit, isn't it? Almost a free hit. And
no free hits in football. No.
Well,
Turn that heat up, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
Well, the fact is, it's still in your hands.
Well, I mean, it's a good. Yeah,
it's
not a disaster. It's not a disaster if the result doesn't go our way. But even
just
a draw,
don't get beat. Just don't get
beat. A draw,
Yeah.
Maybe. But I mean, you're going to go there to win, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to go there to win because of the way we're playing. I get all that. And I mean, yesterday, from the day I pulled up at the car park from the other side of the river, and then I walked across. As we were walking across, I said to my brother-in-law and my dad, I said, "Can you hear that?" Going, what? Can you hear the crowd in the pub, in the beer garden? You could hear the singing from across the way. You know, what is it? Half a mile? Well, I don't know, 600-700 yards away across the other side of the river, down the road. You could hear the singing. Got into the beer garden, queued up about 25 minutes for a beer. Met up with you guys, brilliant. You know, the atmosphere. The drum gets nicked. Then the drums give them back. Everyone's cheering. Great atmosphere. Just absolute sun.
The drum.
Yeah. And then you get to the ground, and I must say, I don't go to too many away games. I'm not up and down the country. I go when I can, and recently take the boy. But that atmosphere yesterday, and I was in the spit on the side of the pitch, so I was on the right side.
That was great, wasn't it? When we were singing
the right side, left side. Okay,
there's the best ever.
If you want to hear the volume of how that sounded to the Peterborough fans, there's a lad, and I posted a bit of his segment that says when we were singing "Norwich We're Coming for You" at the end. I don't know. Just go on and I don't know. Go on YouTube and Peterborough FC or whatever, and there's a lad on there, and he filmed a lot of the singing. That was so loud. Them posh fans, they must have sat there thinking, "What the fucking hell's going on?" Because we're involved in it, and it sounds loud, but you could hear that echoing across the pitch. That was just fantastic. And what that does to the players, I don't know. But the right side, left side, when there was an injury, was it when JD got injured? I can't remember. But when someone was down and there was a bit of a break, that was fantastic. That was really, really loud, and and that was all great. And luckily, Colin didn't have his flag upside down when he hung off the wall. Colin, are you watching? That was. Then it fell down. Then it fell down.
Yeah, it fell down. Then when I lost time, I'd nicked all the bolts. I had mine. I tied mine at the bottom on a big electric cable, so I was hoping it wouldn't get.
But I mean, just going back to the day, and then the goals, and then the atmosphere, everything. It was just fantastic. My greatest away day. The boy absolutely loved it. We were all singing away and just great. I mean, I stand on top of the seats when we scored. They hold me up. I was in at the back there. So really great. Really great.
Tell the guys about the two people who sat in front of you. Well, they didn't. They didn't. Sit
Well, yeah. So as you know, I'm vertically challenged, and these two guys, they were taller. They were taller than Matt Stannard, right? Honestly, and I mean, there must have been 2 foot on the steps, and these guys were still 2 foot taller than me in front of me, and I couldn't see down the far end. I appear between 2 heads to see Wes's goal, but luckily I could see okay at the other end. But because we were near the corner, but how unlucky am I? I looked all the way down the line, and there was just 2 big high lumps of these 2 lads in front of me.
Just
And then everyone sat down. I'm not going to tell them to sit down. And then when everyone sits down at half time, I can see perfectly. But there you go. That's why you have to stand on your seat when you're short and stuff like that and be a rebel. But at 53 years old, I mean, it was quite bloody disgraceful. But I mean, the goals are fantastic, weren't they? That pass from Broadhead for the second goal, and the run and the finish.
X-rated filth, Lee Anderson.
That was
X-rated filth.
And you're talking earlier about who's been the most influential out of all the sides.
Stick it on the hub.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can pick between the 4 signings. I think they've all made the difference. They've led to a settled side, because that's what McKenna's got the right players there. We've had the settled team, and they've all done their bit. I mean, Massimo, he just knows where to stand, doesn't he? He knows he's given instructions to double up at certain points of the game by the looks of it. And he gets across there and he's there. He's always in the way. He's always doubling up and covering the ground and Morsey behind him and vice versa. So what a 2 they are. And it's just a joy to watch. And what did I predict yesterday? I predicted 1-1, didn't I? When I spoke to you. And I'm still pinching myself a bit, really. And that's probably why my feet's still on the ground. But, let's just see what happens Tuesday. And let's just go from there and just enjoy the ride. But let's hope it's done before if it is going to get done. I'd rather it be done, not have to go to Fleetwood to get anything. I'd rather us get a win and then win Saturday, or get 4 points out of the next 2 games, and hopefully Sheffield Wednesday drops. So it doesn't go to the last game, because Fleetwood's not a great place to go the last game of the season, is it? 1 and something. I don't think. Even how well we're playing.
Yeah, they'll be on the beach then.
No, well, they might be.
On the beach, isn't it?
We'll be on a bit. But I mean, Walton man of the match without doubt. Those saves he made, without doubt, Walton was man of the match for me. But just when you're talking earlier about the defending, when you talk about players to bring in, I think the defenders look better because they've got Morsey and Luongo in front of them. We're pressing high. The whole team is just working the way we want to. We're passing the ball through the lines at the right time, but we're then knocking up long to turn them. We're mixing it up. The mix is there. And I think that comes back to the point you were making, Matt, about, we're passing the ball a bit quicker. I think when we're passing it sideways, it's not that much quicker, but we're just getting the ball forward a bit quicker. Sometimes we're bypassing the midfield and playing into the channels.
Let's pass this better results.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. You so excited, Lee, in terms of your day yesterday, because these have been few and far between for Ipswich fans, haven't they? These moments. We've been starved of success since we got, relegated from the Premier League. Basically.
Just pleased for my lad and all those dads that people haven't. I've seen the success. I was young when I saw it all, and to be fair, from 2003, what success have we had? And funnily enough, watching my lad enjoy it, and I keep saying to him, all his mates, I live in a town that is just split down the middle. I don't live in Ipswich where we've got to go to work Monday morning. I mean, whatever. It's just brutal here. It's been brutal here for years. But I keep saying to my lads, these good times are going to come, and when they come, it's going to. Well, they're coming, aren't they? Whether it's this season, next season, whatever, we've always said they're going to come. Yeah. So absolutely, sort of fantastic day yesterday, I must say. Absolutely. I was going to say someone else, but I lost my thread now.
Well, if you find it, live tomorrow, don't worry. We are live again tomorrow. If you do find it, you're more than welcome. Always, you know that. I was confident until I saw you yesterday. I was like, we're going to win 3-1. I saw you, and you went, oh, no, I don't think we're going to 1-1. So I was like, Lee's not confident.
Well, I'm quietly confident. I mean, Colin, bless him, he's told me to be more positive after the game. I've just been real and, trying to just sit on the, I'm not supposed to sit on the fence, but just know that this can change. I mean, it can change in
Yeah, but
drop
you
of a hat.
told me when we had Andre Dezel in midfield, this is the best squad in League One. Now you can tell me, Lee Anderson, this is the best squad in League One.
Well,
You
it
can
was more
tell
than
me
we
it and I'll believe you
yeah,
now.
yeah. But it still doesn't guarantee anything. And it's a bit like all these people moaning that we're buying the league. We're not buying the league. We're just buying the
comment. Read that comment out there from Frank.
I was going to, but it comes up poor old Lee. After 55 years of supporting the Blues, we've had a lot of rain and some deep depressions. But when the sun shines, the best pair of sunglasses in the world won't keep out the sun.
Very good, Frank.
Yeah.
Very well.
I mean, you're going to fit in well here, Frank. Like that.
He doesn't come out with that on BBC Radio Suffolk on the way home, does he? Hey?
Yeah, there they are. The filter's off now, Lee. We're on Talking Town.
But you just got to it's hard. It can change really quickly, but it doesn't buy you success. And as I say, and those people, other fans moaning about we're buying the league. All we're doing is buying the same caliber of player that others are taking on loan. We're just buying ours because we've got the money. We're not just sending them back at the end of the season. And people like Whittaker and stuff like that at Plymouth when he was there. I mean, he's gone back. We've had Broadhead. They've had the same impact, haven't they, in terms of what they did? One at the start of the season, one at the end of the season. But we've just been able to buy ours because we're building for the future that way. So it's not sour grapes. We just take someone on loan, wouldn't we? What we got? One loan? Have we got one loan player? Two? One, haven't we? Because Luongo's not a loan player, is he? He's so it's only Hurst, I think.
Yeah, Hurst, and then obviously TJJ, but he's not here at the moment.
Yeah, but he's not really. He's not featuring, is he? So
one.
So we've only got one, but if we hadn't got the money, we'd be trying to get people like Broadhead. I don't know if he'd come on loan. I doubt he would, because he'd probably go to the Championship. I mean, that's a little bit there, but people should realise it, and you've got to have success. And we've been really lucky with injuries on this run.
Yes, we have.
We have, and I said many times ago about the four things that you need. You need your fans. You need the right manager. You need to have the right players. Luck, and luck with injuries and such like that. And those things have, that's been part of the journey that we've been on. We've been very fortunate. Very fortunate.
Yeah. Lee, I've got to let you go. Got a load of takeaways and Collins still to come. And I wanted to have your Sunday roast on a Sunday.
Cheers, guys.
So Lee, I love you. I appreciate it. I look after you.
Enjoy Tuesday night.
I'm not going. What's our budget for next?
I've just got to depart the studio. My battery is running out on my laptop, so I'm going to go and find a plug. So I should be back in a minute or so.
Don't worry, you're fine. We'll keep the chair warm. We've got a couple of super chats. We've got Guna Kai, channel 2, $4.99. Thank you very much, Guna Kai. Been watching Ipswich since I was 4. Now we are doing good. I can no longer get tickets. See this man here. I love the fact that we are doing so well. Come on. I mean, this is, tickets are us. We've got a £3 super chat from David. Thank you very much, David. I appreciate that. Being Frank says, Massimo Luongo is almost a clone of Sam Morsey, and they're the same build, same age, same attitudes. Let's give him a 3-year contract. Would you give Massimo 3 years?
No, I'll give him a year.
I'm not sure I would either.
I'll give him a rolling 12-month contract.
Nice.
And then, look, he stayed fit, but we all know that he's got dodgy knees, and so I wouldn't go signing him up to a longer contract if I was honest.
No, I'm not sure I would. What about Fleetwood a second ago? Obviously, I mentioned on Friday about a Hollywood script. If it was Hollywood, you'd win Saturday, you'd win Tuesday, you'd be promoted in front of your own fans. And what a way to sign off the Hollywood script and your League One tour than Fleetwood away. I mean, it's hardly a glamour. It's hardly the best stadium in League One. What a way to sign itself.
Let's wrap it up in front of your own fans at Portman Road.
No, you do that, but then your last ever game in League One, because it will be our last ever game. Is in front of Fleetwood. The only one worse than that is Oxford.
We can safely say that we will not be back here for a very long time.
Well, if we are, I hope it's not in my lifetime, because I don't ever want to see Fleetwood.
Football goes in; it does go in cycles, but I don't think we'll be. He's back.
I'm back. I found me plug.
Shouldn't have been here at all, really, should we? David Brown, will you be signing Championship players in the summer, and how much can you afford to strengthen? We got money for days, David. Don't worry about our budget, mate.
Deep pockets.
Yeah. The 3-year plan might turn into a throw as much as we can to get out of this division plan.
I was listening to Steve Schumacher last night, Matt, on the the highlights, and he's saying they still need. This is madness. They are on 92 points in 43 games, and they still need 2 wins to secure promotion. It's
crazy.
Wednesday are probably going to finish on maybe 96 points here and be third.
What would you said at the start of the season if someone goes to you, Plymouth will get over 90 points? You go, what the hell?
I said to Colin, I had a chat with him after when they got smashed in the Papa John's final.
Yeah.
And I said with them, it could go one of two ways. It could derail their season. I reckon they've got together. They've had a big team meeting, and he's probably said to them, right, this is a one-off. You know, they stunk the place out of Wembley. They were lucky it was only 4, but don't let that derail our season because they've had a great season, and you have to give them credit. You know, you do have to give them credit because they're probably going to end up winning the league.
Yeah. Well, they've had another thing because since that Wembley game, they lost 2-0 at home to Lincoln, and their fans were saying that was worse than the Wembley performance. So they are capable of throwing it in, but their mental resolution, I think, it's been really good. They probably deserve to win the title. I'd take second. Still, the prize is still the same at the end of the day.
I keep singing on the WhatsApp, don't I? About we're going to win the league, and they always end at the end of it, and but Plymouth won't go away. They just won't. They won't go away.
We'll find out tonight who wins. It's the awards, even, isn't it, in London? Who'll be League One Manager of the Year? I still can't believe we've not got a representative in the players.
I've seen all of those players play this year that have listed, and not one of them is better than my Connor Chaplin. Not one of them.
But I think if you look at Collins, if you look at Aaron Collins at Bristol Rovers, I think it's probably fair that he's in there because he's got 6. He's the only one in both categories, Matt. He's got 16 goals and he's got 11 assists. Now, I think he probably deserves to be.
Bristol Rovers.
Yeah. Now, Clark Harris, I can understand that 25 goals, but Barry Bannon, really? 12 assists? Well, Leif Davis has got 12 assists. Wes Burns has got 11 assists.
Barry Bannon's in a team that's gone down the table. It's not what we did in the winter.
He's in there because he's Barry Bannon. He's in there because he's Barry Bannon. So I
wouldn't worry. Chaplin will pick up all the awards at his own club, I think.
Yeah.
I think he will. Right.
Who cares about awards anyway? Just get us. The only award we want is to finish in the top 2. That would be enough for everybody, won't it?
Talking about rewards, links in the description.
Match Bingo introduces live football bingo, where events in every English Premier League game can win you prizes for a £1 card. And the fastest full house of the season is worth £20,000. Head to matchbingo.co.uk for more information. Over 18s only. Be gamble aware. Get yourself over to matchbingo.co.uk for more information.
Right, gentlemen, we've got Mr. Colin Plum and we've got the 3-word takeaway essay still to come. We'll start with Colin, shall we? And then we'll come to the 3-word takeaway. Yeah? All right. Yeah. Colin, over to you, my man. We're an hour and 2. How you feel? You said yesterday, Gov, 3-0. I'm positive. I'm confident. This lot of tin pot, we're going to do it. And you're right. All the way.
Yeah, I was never really overly worried about them, really. I never thought we'd concede yesterday. They're a decent side. You'd be a fool to say different. They're a decent side at League One level. But I think they've found their level, and I think they'll probably be at that level for quite a long while. That's my opinion, for whatever it's worth. We are, like Rich was saying earlier, I mean, I saw those stats this morning in my paper. I thought they were amazing. The fact that they got so many more passes, so much more possession.
Passing and going nowhere there, Colin, round the back, like we used to do.
Yeah, true, Rich. True, Rich. Yeah, but going on to the day itself, I mean, fantastic day. Bit of a disaster on the train going up. Couldn't get a seat, and it's like sardines in a tin, But
do you like sardines?
I've got to say, shout out to the person who had a medical emergency on the way back. They had to call an ambulance to Bury St Edmunds Station. So if that person or their families I hope that person, whoever that is, and I didn't know it was, is okay today. It's just jam-packed on that train. Nobody could. There was a guy trying to get to the person, could hardly get through, to the other carriage. real card. It could have been quite, not very nice at all. But hopefully everything is fine. But going back to more happier things, what a fantastic performance again yesterday. Totally in control, I thought, from start to finish. I totally agree with what you said earlier, Gavin, and Lee said, and quite a few other people have said in the chat. Christian Walton, I think arguably his best game in a town shirt yesterday. Fantastic couple of saves. Like you said quite rightly, Gav, at 1-0, could have.
I'll stop you there.
Game changer, really.
Charlton away last season was Walton's best game because we lost 2-0, but we could have lost by about 10.
Well, fair shout, Rich, but I'm just going to the fact that we won the game, Rich, and it was
most important best game. Then is this one,
but
because that was
again, but again, Gav, we had. I didn't say this to Rich this morning. We had a situation yesterday, like we've had for quite a few weeks now, where you're finding it very, very, very hard to give anybody less than a 7 at very, very least. And more times than not, the 8s, more or less across the board. And the odd 9. I think we have probably had a couple of 9s yesterday. I don't like that when we have 2-man the matches, but
all
probably
11 yesterday for me. All 11.
Probably a couple of players would have got a 9 there yesterday for me. But it's onwards and upwards, and so looking forward to Tuesday night, like I'm sure thousands of other people are. And I personally think we win on Tuesday night. I know mathematically it doesn't mean that, but I think if we win Tuesday night, I think we're nigh on there. It's that big for us, I think, on Tuesday. I think a win, and I think we're more or less there. Because I just can't see. I can't really see Exeter causing us too many problems next Saturday in front of a partisan crowd, which it will be.
You'd like to think, certainly on paper, out of the 2 remaining fixtures, you would struggle to not at least get 3 points. Out of Fleetwood or Exeter. You'd like to think on paper. I know it's not played on paper, but
Fleetwood made a 17-year-old in goal yesterday, Gav.
This is what I mean. So if you get the positive result Tuesday, you're not mathematically right. You're right, Colin, but you're more or less 2 feet in the carriage, and you just got to get the rest of the club through the door, as it were, because Fleetwood and Exeter.
In the garage, what? Hang on, go back.
I don't know where I was going with that one.
What through get the club?
I don't know where I was going with it. I don't know. My brain in my head wasn't engaged.
Tell everyone about your pies. You and Rich got a job lot of pies at the end, didn't you?
Did you?
Well,
I've had them for lunch, Colin.
You tried to.
Well done, mate. Brilliant. Well, the thing was, we came out, and just out round the corner there was where the players were coming out to the bus. So it took quite a while. So I thought, I fancy one of them big sausages, So I got one for Rich, got one for Ollie, and I done a bit of bargaining, didn't I, with the old boy, and we got them half price. So anyway, I've just come away, and we're just launching into these sausages, and he's kind of put his head round the corner, and he's gone, "Oh," he said, "Mate," he said, "you want some pies?" I said, "Well, what? Yeah, for nothing." I said, "Well, you're all right." So I went over there. Obviously, I had my sausage. So I didn't really want this pie. So anyway, he gave me about 4 or 5 different pies, chicken balti and steak and ale and all this kind of thing. And at first, I think people are a little bit sheepish because, you don't want to say, "Oh, what a pie." So I was going, "Come on." I said, "Look, these are for nothing." So, of course, then people get a bit brave, don't they? "Yeah, I'll have one. So got around. So now I said to Wes, I said, "They're giving away free pies over there." He said, "I think I'll pass."
When I offered him one, Colin. Said, but my experience, I had 2 chicken balti pies, right? I had them for lunch. Now, are you supposed to?
Were they nice?
Well, hang on. I need your advice here of the panel and people in the chat. Am I allowed to reheat them?
Oh God, no.
Well, I did. My last experience, Colin, of having a chicken balti pie was in the Cobbold stand, Matt.
Yeah.
The night of the FA Youth Cup when we beat Southampton, right?
And you saw it again.
And then we were playing Leeds away. That was the game when Darren Curry missed the sitter at the end, you know, when we could have been promoted.
Yeah.
Woke up very ill. I still went to the game, but I woke up and I'm sure that was, they'd probably reheated it. And yeah. But I had two for lunch.
Can I have your Barnsley ticket if you don't, mate?
How about
Oi, Gov.
Yes, mate.
I have got, Matt Stannard wouldn't mind me saying this. I have got what Matt gave me, a Barnsley ticket in my house for an under 14.
You can't get it as an under 14.
Now listen, Matt, Martin, that can be upgraded at Oakwell.
Do you know that for certain, Mr. Plum?
Please,
That's what Mr. Stannard told me.
If I was you, I would be ringing the club before I made my merry way up to Barnsley.
I've just got growth. I've just grown my.
It'd be like Rodney and Only Fools when they go on holiday as that prize winner through the kids' drawing.
Groovy gang.
Yeah.
Groovy gang.
I don't think I'll pass as a 14-year-old, Colin. No.
I do think actually. I do think if you ring the club,
upgrade.
I think you will be able to upgrade it.
You can upgrade it, Gov.
Look, listen.
Oi, Gov, don't try and get out of it. Come on, there's a ticket there for you. Put another 10 quid on top of it, and you can have that ticket, son.
I want to do it so badly.
Gov, it's in my cupboard. In my cupboard at home. If you want it, you can have it. Just okay it with Mr. Stannard.
Matt says Gov joins the Groovy Gang. Adam, everyone going about promotion on Saturday and Friday. So if Plymouth only pick up a point over the next two and we win both, wouldn't we be champions on Saturday? Yes, wow.
Potentially.
Adam's looking further.
Games, aren't they?
Adam's doing 4D chess there. Love it. Right, Colin. Anything else before I let you go? Because I've got to get. I'm sure we've just got about 14 pages.
That's fine. Just one last thing.
One last thing.
I'm not gonna say that I actually think they'll lose, but I think Plymouth's last game at Port Vale, let's just say, could be tricky.
No,
not now. They're safe now. They're beach. They're on the beach.
They'll be on the beach, Colin. Don't trust me. Trust in them.
Matt Stannard to the party. Look at this.
20 quid for a goal.
Take the ticket.
There you go.
He's on his way to Oakwell. He's on his way to Oakwell.
He's on his way.
If I go to Oakwell,
we don't care. All we know is going.
People at home, you're going to see Talking Town in action, but actually, not behind the scenes. Here we go, Matt. If I go to Oakwell on Tuesday, are you okay to do the post game show?
I can't confirm at this point.
Oh. What?
Yes, right, I'm sure we'll be able to do that. I ain't going anywhere, am I? I'll be in the iFollow suite. It's all good.
Yeah, you have to leave the house.
Matt, can you promise me one thing?
Yeah.
On Tuesday,
yeah,
can you wear that hat all of the game? While you're doing the show, keep the hat on. Keep the hat on.
I'll keep it on. The man from Del Monte.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Right, Colin.
One last thing. Quick. One last thing. Make sure you have a shave. Before you go.
Love it, Colin. You're a legend. Look after yourself. Richard Moss. You've got. I'm sure. Just go for it.
It's funny. It's really funny with me takeaways. And my first one is from a guy called Martin Lambert, and he puts Barnsley with a question mark. Why not?
Why not? There we go. That's completely removing any obstacle.
Nick Castaldo, Bish, Bash, Posh, Matt Stannard, Broadhead, Sublime, Passing, Daryl, Otto, Who Dares Wins, Graham, Almost Too Easy, Mark Waters, Super Sam Morsey. Wasn't it great that he had a song yesterday?
Yeah.
But then I spoke to him after the game. I think he got carried away with adrenaline when he went over to take that corner by the away fans. They're all singing Super Sammy Morsey, and he overhits it. I thought he got a bit too much of adrenaline there, Matt. Just needs to calm himself down.
That was an Andy Drury corner. That was it.
Oh, what a shit player he was. There's another one.
Just miss everybody.
Andy
Out for a
Drury.
goal kick.
Oh my
Signed
God.
from Luton, wasn't he? Signed from Luton.
Yes. He played in that game at Coventry. I think he set up the winning corner when
He
Chopra
did,
scored
for
the header.
Chopra, right in front of us.
3-2 in the-
Right. In the
3-2
snow
in
game.
the snow.
Yeah.
Right.
I was there
David
that day.
Peck winning with style. Nigel G in it together. Kevin Keats. Posh spitting feathers. I like that one.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
James can smell it. It's probably my chicken bolty pie, James. It's lovely, mate. 2 minutes in the microwave. Lewis Robertson, one step closer. Did you know Lewis has got, I think he's got to go to his missus has got an engagement party next Saturday after the game.
He's going Barnsley, isn't he? He's got to do an all-night or something. He's got to be in London for 8.
I see there. Martin Smith, the perfect match. Jonathan Sweezy, 2 more wins. Mike D, that broadhead assist, 5 more points in our hands. Nathan Cuts on our way. Nick, oh no, Nick says don't tempt fate. I think we need that. Samantha Burns, baby Burns, Mark Rattle, brilliant away day. Mill Valley Blue, Ipswich relentless again. Stephen Carter, keep it up. Kevin Keats again. Johnson Clark, who? Key for Sport, we keep going. Marty Cocker, 20 for Freddie. Joe S, we're almost there. Paul Milner, we're going up. Rob Anderson, Posh Nosh devoured. Brendan Richardson, focus on the prize. Keith Dono, Walton saves key. Support the farmers. Masterful, magnificent McKenna. GGC 109. Walton and Morsey. David Eaton, Walton the Wall. Jem Bacon, it's our time. Stolen from HDR Martin. What's going on there?
Give me the credit.
Just no words. MD, 100-point promotion. Christine Smith, no stopping us. Bring on Tuesday. We're on fire. Saturday at home. Emerson Fairweather, 5 more points. Paul P, DEP, promotion nearly there. Kevin Francis, party next Saturday. Blue Flyer, top quality football. Richard Charner, he's got a few here. I love McKenna. We're going up. Burns, baby Burns. Connor Chaplin, baby. Walton, wonderful goalkeeper. I wonder when Rich is going to give me them shirts, Matt. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Dino, onwards and upwards. Steve, simply fucking beautiful. Dominic Dean, one wonderful Walton. Rob Pooley, 5 more points. Harry Dono, definitely best lineup. Andrew Plum, another away masterclass. Billy Baxter, Super Kieran McKenna. Who's going Barnsley? Where next Barnsley? Where next Championship? Posh spat out. Champagne on ice. Blue and True since 82, not yet done. Ben, Luongo contract, please. Hurst signing, please. Andrew Peck, 2 more wins. Gary Slade, you fucking blues. Pete Dowling, crunch time Tuesday. Nick Maynard, get it done. Rob Bridgerman, no fear Barnsley. Phil Kerridge, starting to believe. Turbo, super fucking tasty. Ashley Anton, we're almost there. Stuart Spreed, Bridge, Burns, Chaplin, Adapo, Walton, massive saves, 2 more wins. Morsey, absolutely immense. Matthew Cashburn, best away day. Paul Wadey, Super Sam Morsey. Keep believing it's our time again. Tony Thorpe, the final countdown. Don Hayes, here we go. Ben Moore, forgot my leg pain. Battered budgies, anyone. Burns, eased nerves. Elliot the Gamer, Connor Chaplin, baby. Mark Moy, never in doubt. Steve G, we are relentless. Mike Baker, tractor rolling on. The impossible dream, moving on up. Uncle Peter, 5 more points. Russell Claydon, shout out Russell Claydon from the Berry Free Press.
Yes,
we've got this. Moby, Tim Pot, Posh, Boshed.
That's nice.
Alan Gear, starting to believe. Rob Holmes, love this team. Away day limbs. Portman promotion party. Budgie's getting twitchy. Alex, we're going up. Trevor B, massive away victory. Liam, 5 points left. Daniel Story, 220 goals season scores. Alan Grant, awesome. And yeah, I think that's it. There you go.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
I managed to mention Barnsley in the WhatsApp, and that's all I got back. £45.07 fuel cost. So
we've already got an extra tenner in.
The other day when you WhatsApp that it was going to be £65 for Peterborough.
Yeah.
Now, where where were you heading? What's your journey?
Well, it always helps when you click the button that says
He's coming down here first.
view full results. But we have got £4.99 from John Warren. Thank you very much, John. And
Yeah,
€10
John.
from the good doctor.
There you go.
Thank you
See?
very much. The
You're
good.
we're nearly there.
Yeah, they've obviously moved. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. All right. I've got, wife on maternity leave. It's,
Well, I've got a couple of people you could maybe share lifts with. They're looking for travel. There you go. Spread the cost. Mate, no, you don't like talking to people, do you? No, that'd be an awkward journey, wouldn't it? Traveling in the car with Gov, someone who doesn't like people, Matt.
That would involve talking to somebody for hang on. The map tells me 3 hours.
Martin Lambert,
strangers
Martin Lambert, host of the biggest fan platform, but doesn't like talking to people.
There's a limit on my. I love people. I just want to give them the best of me, and for 3 hours in the car, you're not going to get the best of me.
They would on the way home when Town have got 3 points.
Yeah, got the old cans open.
How's Gov getting a Barnsley on Groovy Gang skateboard? Mind the lizards. Groovy. Groovy. What a show, gentlemen. Absolutely love that. Love it.
Who could have envisaged these conversations under Paul Lambert, eh? Or McCarthy.
Well, under Lambert, I could envisage them. In fact, we had them for a good 4 months.
Listen, who could envisage these conversations after Bristol Rovers this season?
You couldn't.
Not me.
Get me Allardyce.
If anyone thinks we're getting in the top 2, I'll have to watch that show back after. That was like a comfortable pair of slippers, Matt said when it was me and Colin that night.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a good show, that was. Yeah, very good.
You all laughed at me back Wednesday. You're not laughing now.
Shout out McKenna. He's turned it round. I mean, shout out Sheffield Wednesday. They've dropped like a knackered lift, but there you go. Got to capitalise on these moments.
Nathan Broadhead he's been the needle mover.
34 points from 36, though. That's
unbelievable.
Incredible.
Unbelievable, son. That. Yeah.
We've got so many different players that could just do different things. It's just it's magical. I love watching us at the moment. It's so exciting. Right. We're back tomorrow night, 8:30. Me and Mr. George Nunn. Hopefully the fisherman will be on with us because he was waiting to come on, then he wasn't. So I don't know what happened there.
He's off to Southampton. He's on a jolly up. Going fishing with mates.
Perhaps he won't be then.
We didn't get Frank.
We didn't get Frank, but you can come on tomorrow, Frank. You're more than welcome.
Oh, Frank,
and then we'll spend the first half of the show looking at Posh, and the second half of the show looking at Barnsley. I might be going to Barnsley now. Exciting times, but it's been a fantastic hour and 21.
Back away games. He was, all these away games you go to, it's a waste of time. Look at you now.
Take it down to the wire. I'll be in Fleetwood as well. Right, that's the cruncher. That's the media mogul.
You're not leaving at 4 a.m. for Fleetwood.
Never say never in this life, Richard. Never say never. And I am the Gov. This is Talking Town. Hit the subscribe button. We are a mere 40 odd people away from 2,500. So hit the like.
Come on.
Subscribe.
10K we're in. We're in 10K. This is where we want to go.
We are next year. In the Champions.
You make me smile when I think of you. If I get down low and I get blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. I woke up all soaked in sweat, with chills running down my neck. I'm going crazy from just the thought of you.